All right, my friend. So if you're someone who subscribes to the idea that skateboarding can only be done right if you're having fun, then you might be limiting your progression. You know, if you're someone who's been skating for a long time, you understand that in order to enjoy skateboarding, you have to put in the work. And for some of us, we forget that that's the case because, you know, we may have started skateboarding where things felt unforced and like it was natural because we had all the time in the world. But for many of us who transition out of that and only skate when we're given the opportunity, you know, because of work or lifestyle or whatever it may be, we forget that we do have to put ourselves in challenges so that we can overcome them and progress. So in this situation, skateboarding becomes something where we earn our fun. You know, we earn the ability to do tricks consistently and have fun with them, right? As we're cruising on the park, as we're skating new spots, and just kind of, you know, continuing to enjoy skateboarding and what it's given us in terms of ability. But if you're someone who just thinks skateboarding should be fun, you might kind of stray away from the challenge when it presents itself as, you know, as you transition out of, as you come in and out of transition periods. You know, for example, you know, if you had all the time in the world to skateboard, but then it quickly goes to only having like a couple hours a week, it's gonna feel different, and it's not gonna feel fun if you try to go to your go-to tricks that you were capable of when you had all the time of the world, right? It's a different story. You don't have the same time to warm up, you don't have the same time to practice, and you don't have the same time to enjoy skateboarding. But it doesn't mean that you still can't progress. I found that the only difference is you have to place a bit more intention to being challenged, and that might not feel good. But, you know, fun doesn't come before progression. Fun is followed by progression. And so in order to earn that fun, you got to make sure you're progressing through, you're progressing and, you know, inviting the challenge in many ways. So, you know, first step is getting uncomfortable. And, you know, it's not like you have to seek it, because it comes naturally when you're, you know, at the skate park and trying a trick. So all you need to do in this situation is make sure that you're not running away from that discomfort, and instead kind of being curious, keeping an open mind, and exploring what it means to overcome it, right? And what I mean by exploring is, don't just think that you need to land the trick. Understand why you aren't able to. You know, maybe you need to warm up a bit more, maybe you just can skate a bit more consistently, and you can find time before or after work, or maybe in between your breaks. Regardless, you know, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I think there's a missed opportunity when you don't ask yourself these questions during the skate session. And it's not about being over analytical, because that itself can be super frustrating, but it's about being curious. Try the trick, you know, think about it and try it again. But don't get so frustrated and fixated that you can't land it and that you're not having fun, because that's quickly gonna discourage you from continuing to skateboard, when we both know that it's giving you so much benefit. And instead of focusing on those benefits, you're focusing on the negative and why you can't land it. And so, like I said, if you're thinking that skateboarding is only done right when you're having fun, then you might be, you know, robbing yourself of the opportunity to progress. And we both know that's a lot of what skateboarding is. We're progressing, we're learning tricks, you know, as we go about our skate journey. Many of us have fun in different ways too. You can think about fun as something a bit more deeper, where you earn it. You know, it's not about just having it right away as soon as you step on your skateboard. And many times it is, right? But many times it's also a result of the time we put in. We just don't think about it that way. And so the next time you feel like things are challenging, you're a bit uncomfortable, I just want you to focus on the idea that you are earning your fun, instead of thinking about having fun or even forcing it, right? And I bring about this topic because, you know, I've seen a lot of posts talking about skateboarding is only done correctly if you're having fun, but it's a very limited mindset in my perspective, because even though it is true, there's so much more to it. And I just kind of want to invite you guys to see it from a different perspective, where instead of it being fun, we have to make it fun by earning our progression. Having said that, that's pretty much all I had on this topic. I do want to go deeper in it, so if you have any comments, questions, or perspectives that I can add on, that can help me add on to this topic, feel free to leave it in the comments. Otherwise, you can DM me at profe.carlos. I am a skateboarding coach. I do lessons all around Southern California, primarily in LA. So if that's something, you know, you're interested in or looking for, you can either comment on this video or hit me up at profe.carlos on Instagram. Hopefully this video catches you well, and have a great day. Stay challenged.